Today we are here with the award-winning MC Barber.
Hey, this is MC Barber. Today I have a long hairstyle here for you. I'm going to do a long hairstyle razor cut. This gentleman has extremely thick hair, thick density, as well the shaft of the hair is very thick. So that's why I chose the razor instead of scissors. I figure if I use razor, since the razor cuts on angle, it kind of skins the hair, makes it thinner. I will feather it nice. I thought if I use the scissors, it would leave it heavy, so he will have a difficulty styling it. So this way I'm going to create a lot of texture. I'm going to thin his hair, and I'm going to give him nice long hairstyle. So here to start with, I cut my guide, and once I cut my guide, I start taking vertical sections. My sections are about 1/4 of an inch thick. I'm pulling the hair straight out at 90 degrees and cutting straight down. I start from the center. I go to my left side first, then I go to my right side first. So as I said, as you can see, the razor cuts on angle, and it kind of skins the hair. When the client has a very thick hair and very coarse hair, as this gentleman has, I think razor is a good choice. It really breaks down the resistance of the hair, creates a different texture, and allows the client, allows the hair to be a lot more workable for the client. It's a lot easier to work with the hair. So here I have my guide. I drop my guide, and then I cut. So with a razor, you see your guide on the inside of your palm, then you pull the hair out so that you feel the guide dropping. Once you feel the guide is dropping, that's where your guide is. That's where you cut, right behind your knuckles. You should cut between your first and your second knuckle. That's where the tension of the hair is really good. I'm going to gradually leave the hair slightly longer as I go higher. So as I go towards the crown of the head, towards the top of the head, the hair will gradually get longer and longer. I want to have a long top that gradually gets shorter towards the nape area. Razor is beautiful. I love using razor. You will see on the end how the razor really creates beautiful texture, especially when the client has so much hair. It makes beautiful texture. It makes it so much easy for a client to style, and it's unique. Razor cutting is coming back in style. It was extremely popular in the 70s and 80s. I was very fortunate in my career to work with two US champions from 1970s and a world champion from 1980s in men's hairstyling. And the gentleman that was a world champion in 1984, he is currently my coach for the world competition. So that's really where I learned how to use a straight edge razor properly. Alright, so we take our next section. Actually, we're going to take the whole thing. So I did 3 sections throughout the whole back. The reason I like to take 3 sections so I can work more neatly. It will be a lot easier for me to follow my guide. As you can see, I drop my guide. My guide is dropped, and then I cut. You can see my guide there. I'm still cutting at 90 degrees, straight at 90 degrees away from the head. I'm cutting with my fingers pointing up. One reason also I like cutting this style with a scissors, with a razor versing scissors. Besides the texture, also you end up keeping your shoulder down the whole time when you do this technique versus scissor. If I was using scissor and I was cutting palm to palm, my shoulder will stay up the whole time. It kind of gets tiring after a while because this can take time, maybe up to 10 minutes. So here, as you can see, the hair is gradually getting longer as we go up. It seems to be pretty even. You can always go back with scissors and trim some hair that will be kind of remaining behind. And there you go, I actually did pretty good. I'm trying to leave the hair longer as I go up. So here you see I'm dropping my guide, and then I'm first thinning the hair and then removing the length. So I take sections here, I drop my guide, thin the hair, and remove the desired length. It's important to wet the hair down. With razor you should work with a wet hair or damp, not really on the dry hair, as the razor works way better with the wet hair. You don't want to rip the hair, you want to cut it smooth. So first I remove the bulk, and then I remove the length. See, my angle starts off as when I start cutting here, my angle starts with a texturizing or way removing or thinning hair, which is usually around 45, 50, 60 degrees, depends how much hair you want to remove. And then as I come close to my guideline where I want to remove the length, it changes to a 15 degrees where I can actually remove or blunt cut. And here on the front, actually, I don't want to do texturizing, I just want to remove the length, and I don't like to have any texture on the front and the hairline. I don't like to have short and long hairs, so they will be sticking out. And here with scissors, then you can just go and remove the ends if you like to. You don't want to go too deep, you don't want to remove the razor cut, you want to keep your razor cut. Alright, now to connect the sides and the top, I'm going to use scissors. I'm going to use backhand technique. What this does, it connects the sides with the top. I create eternal layers, and I remove some length that might be there left behind. So as you can see, some hairs that are behind, I will remove those and I will create eternal layers, almost like a texture inside of the hair. It's a very nice technique. It keeps my razor cut all around. I don't want to use any blunt cutting where I kind of, I did the whole thing with a razor, and then I'm not going to go back with the scissors and kind of create some straight lines. you know, I want to keep this as soft as possible since his hair is very thick and very coarse. So I want to make sure that this remains razor cut. It is very important that you learn how to do this technique properly. You have to close your scissors on the way in and open them on the way out. You don't just rip through the hair with the scissors staying still, not opening and closing. You still have to open and close them properly while you are executing this technique. I will have soon coming on my website, mcbarber.com. I'm going to have all my techniques on video. You will be able to download and watch them. They will be instructional, all my scissor techniques, which are about 10 different ones, from backhand cutting, slide cutting, slithering, point cutting, notching, scissor over comb, scissor over knuckle, palm to palm, and so on and so forth. And then I'm going to have all my razor cuts, which is about, I believe I have about 7 or 8 different razor techniques. And then my clipper techniques, blow drying and styling as well. So there will be 4 different categories: scissor techniques, clipper techniques, blow drying, styling, and razor techniques. So here I'm using razor over comb just to kind of, you know, break the hair down a little bit more. It's a sculpting technique, removing a weight and kind of smoothing the haircut. Really, I was very excited on making this video, since I don't get a chance to get a client with such a long hair and such a actually perfect hair for a razor cut. I think this haircut done with any other tool would not really look like this. I wouldn't like using thinning shears to thin his hair, as that would really create lines inside of his hair. So here for the finish I use clippers to clean his sideburns, and then a scissor technique to clean the hairline, the shape, the end of the hair. And this will be your final step in cutting. You check the sides if they are all even. Clean the tips of the hair. The whole haircut is soft, but the tips, the hairline, I like to make it slightly heavy. It's really not heavy, but it's more clean, I would say. I use the vent brush for blow drying, and here I'm applying the product. To apply the product properly, I start from the back and then go forward, and then I move from the front, go towards the back. That way the product gets evenly throughout the hair. You have to ensure that the product is applied from scalp all the way through the end of the shaft of the hair. And there it is, your razor cut. Thank you for watching.
Hey, this is MC Barber. Thanks for watching my video. If you like my video, please subscribe. Even if you didn't like my video, subscribe anyway. I have many more coming. mcbarber.com is my website. Until next time, work hard, stay positive, and take care of yourself.